Hey, I'm Jeff.
I'm Rob.
Bart.
And thanks for tuning in to the Off-Road Toolbox. Here we are live at the Off-Road Toolbox World Headquarters in Daytona Beach. World Headquarters. We're worldwide. Yes. Now, if you're watching us at our official Jeep Beach page on YouTube. And that, Jeff, is?
At Jeep Beach Official.
That's right. That's right. You got it right. All right. We got to practice that. Now, for those of you who are listening to us, you can see us on that YouTube channel. For those of you watching us on that YouTube channel, you can listen to us on your
favorite place where you get your podcasts.
Favorite podcast platform. So, again, thanks for tuning in. You guys ready for the show?
Always, man.
Yep.
We're doing it.
It's now time for another episode of the Off-Road Toolbox. A Jeepers guide to everything off-road. Powered by Best Price Trailers.
All right, so now it's time to step it up from our first part of this episode. In one, we kind of went over some of the basics, kind of got sidetracked a little bit, but that's us.
It's overlanding. So that's indicative of overlanding because you're going to plan this trip and you're going to be like, ooh, squirrel. And then you're going to go down there or waterfall. And so you're going to go sideways.
We're going to go sideways. We're still going to go sideways no matter what we do.
And that's the best part of overlanding.
That's the best part of having a drone, maybe, again?
Jesus.
So, I mean,
you would think after a week he would forgot about the drone.
No. Here's the thing now. You bring up a good point, squirreling, right? You get to a point like you
dog
come to an area.
squirrel.
Yeah, you want to go left, but your map said to stay straight. But you want to go left.
Oh, we're not even going there. So then you got to mark the trail where you leave.
Well,
you got to use your marking ribbon. You got to hit your waypoint.
However, before you do any of that stuff, you just set your drone up to see where you're going. You may not want to after you go. If you look at it, I don't want. There's nothing there to see. I'm going to continue my road, right?
But the part of overlanding is the journey.
Is to explore.
Yeah, it's the journey.
Whatever.
He doesn't like our answers today.
You guys.
He just wants to fly a drone.
I think
I just want to drive my Jeep.
I do too, but I'm just saying if you're going to spend days in the middle of nowhere, I think.
But that's why you plan. You build your route.
But plans never go the way they're supposed to. You know that.
Then you have a contingency plan.
And that's the drone.
Oh, now we're going to get into the PACE plan, primary, alternative, contingency.
Is that what that is?
Called PACE.
Is that a bad thing? It sounds like you've had
versus
plenty
primary,
of
secondary, tertiary.
You've had plenty of meetings about this with your upper.
Oh no, I'm the guy all the time. Going everywhere, yeah.
Well, then you would probably appreciate that having a drone would help you in that situation.
There's nothing wrong with getting off track sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time, like we are today.
Right, Sounds like he wants to go all the time, getting off track and fly his drone.
You get options. You have options.
And
right?
I'm not saying don't use them. I'm like, yes, please do. And especially, yes.
PACE.
Because you can see a lot.
PACE.
That's how yes.
What's that from?
That's the military. So any type of plan you make, you have your primary plan, your alternate plan, your contingency plan, and then your emergency plan.
Okay.
So you have levels. So when things come up, like a flat tire, so I get a flat tire so what's my plan? Okay, is it just something I can plug? Is it the patch, or do I have to replace it? So those are your, those are your steps.
Okay.
Or do I have to get a buddy with his spare tire and put it on? Because I don't carry a spare tire if you're one of those. Which I would carry a spare tire.
Oh, without a doubt. If I'm going overlanding, if I could carry two, I'd carry two.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Some of the other things we were talking about was electronics.
Yes. Yes.
But like you and I both, we like both electronics and a backup with a map.
A map and compass.
So I tried to find places to where that you could actually go to somebody and learn, but I think more so a club or something of that sort would be where you would look to learn how to read a map.
Yes.
How to use your GPS.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, they just type their address in and away they go. Well,
True.
Now you're going out in the middle of the woods, so you need to know, as you say, waypoints.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go here, here, and here, so I need to know how to get there.
Correct. So you need plotters, and you need a compass, just an old simple, base plate compass, whether you go simple or you go to one of the other ones.
Yeah.
So you can put it on your map, so you can orient the map to where you're at, which is kind of, because then you can lay it out, and then you can launch your drone, to make sure your drone and your map.
See,
So now you're matching.
See, I've got you
what happens if your
thinking.
map isn't good? So then again, using all your tools, and then again learning your land nav. Are you going to use lat long? Or are you going to use MGRS?
MGRS.
So having everything, and again, it's something as simple as one of these big guys. This thing. This has got topo maps in it, so it can get me down to, and it goes by county, so I can get into an area and wherever I'm doing my travels. And I would have this for whatever area I'm in. So I have several of these at home. So whatever area I'm in, I can actually, if you turn it over in the back, you can see how they've broken the state up, so that you can see things. So you can plan your route, and then again, you can plan on your computer. You can plan the whole thing on your computer. You can send it to your GPS.
Yeah.
You can send it to your phone and your GPS.
Google Maps, you can do it.
Google Maps, and depends on what you have in your vehicle. You could Bluetooth it to your vehicle to pull up on those maps. So you have a way of, again, learning and seeing everything, and then coming up and doing things. So I would say, yeah, do that.
But yeah, you just got to have backup because electronics do fail.
I that's why I always have paper. Whether again whether I'm on the land or on the water, I bring a map.
Yeah. Water for sure.
Yes, just because you can figure things out, and then again you can see things, you can find things out.
And plus, too, is let's say you're going down a trail and all of a sudden you find something that is washed out or whatnot.
Oh yeah,
you need to find a way around.
Good point.
Well, wait a second. I've put it into my electronic, but I don't know how to do that.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
You're
out
good
the map.
point. A lot of people don't know how to program. Actually, a lot of people don't know how to use their GPS or use their phone or their iPads. If you're lucky enough and you've downloaded it, where you can open it up and scan it out,
Right.
you can, and it shows where you're at. The little blue dot. Hopefully, it shows where you're at.
Hopefully.
And then from there, you can plan it.
So now we've talked a little bit about getting there, how to stay there,
Yes.
and where to go. Now, what do we need to get there? What kind of upgrades?
A lot of stuff. So, are you going with your stock Jeep? Are you going alone? Or again, you're going to go with what you have. So, if I have a stock Jeep, I'm going to pick trails. Hopefully, that my stock
That
Jeep.
are wide open and
Yes.
hard packed more.
We're going to be able to do things, and then I have my camping. How I'm going to camping, my cooking. So then, how do we cook? Do we bring the 2-burner stove? Do we bring a microwave? Do we bring inverters?
Blackstone.
They make a small Blackstone?
They sure do.
Yeah,
You got one that's a one.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, it's a skillet.
Yeah.
What it is. Yeah.
Or you can old school it with a pit fire with some black iron,
Yep.
which I love.
Yeah. Cast iron.
Cast iron.
Cast iron.
Cast
Can't
iron and
beat
cooking? No. And just get down to the coals. Hopefully good weather. You're not going to do that in the rain.
No.
But what's your plan for the rain then? Those little camp stove work really well.
Yep. The little single burner.
Yeah, a little single burner, little jet boils or whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
Those work good. You asked about, or you brought up water, purifying and getting water in the field.
Yes.
So bring water, but what happens if you need more water?
Oh, we're going to have to get a purifier. And I think you got one sitting over there.
Yeah,
I saw one at the TikTok store to do that. I'm on TikTok way too much.
Yeah, they're fixing to outlaw.
This
it.
is
I
this
know,
is called this is called the Grail, and this is a pretty neat system. It's got the French press in it, and the filters. So,
A French press too. Okay.
yep. So, scoop up your water,
Okay.
and then you just use this. And it's like a French press. You push down and push down and push down, and
Can you actually make coffee with that?
not really. You make the water to make the coffee.
Okay. Bring a real French press with you for coffee.
And then now your water is safe to drink.
Just by doing that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Runs it through different types
The
of filter
filters
media.
and everything. Yep.
And the filters are good for how long?
I forgot how many gallons.
Okay.
I don't probably know the number, so I'm not going to say.
So then having extra
numerous gallons. I'm
okay, so
numerous.
just having an extra filter just in case.
I
Always
do.
good to
Without
have.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I mean,
you can. I forgot, and
And it doesn't take up much room to put it.
no. And then the other method is called
Boil that water.
your single. Yeah, you have to go with a single wall stainless steel. Single wall stainless steel. You may want to pre-filter your water. So whether you have a Millbank bag, which I didn't bring in, or
Millbank.
yeah,
Okay.
canvas bag. It's a canvas. We got it from the Brits. This is what the Brits used all over the world. They had these. So they would fill that up with water, and then you would keep cycling it through to get the cleanest water you can get. And then when you boil it, 2 to 3 minutes, anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes, you can boil it. Then you got to let it cool, and then you can drink it.
Sure sounds like the first one you had is a lot easier than that.
Correct. The only thing is, in freezing weather, this isn't. You have to keep this warm.
Okay.
But again, we're in Florida, but we're going to get cold front.
It depends on where you're going.
Yeah, we got the big cold front coming through. So
Possible snow.
yeah,
Not here. No, they're really
Panhandle.
overplaying it.
Panhandle.
I've been looking at they're overplaying it. It's been colder.
Yeah,
But
I think
yeah,
so.
without a
So,
doubt.
Yeah.
so processing your water, which is kind of good because you're not always. And again, you'll carry X number of gallons of water, but having water in the field is just, or being able to have water in the field
Is nice.
just, it's just prudent. It's just because
water. You can survive on water
yes,
for a couple of days.
and you need a single wall container. Because if you need to boil the water, you don't want to do the insulated dual wall ones. You want a single wall one. So yes. So
You have beef jerky
actually
in
my Jeep
on your list?
In my Jeep.
Okay.
My Jeep. I got that little bag. I got the camping stove in it. Probably should have brought it in. On one of the other series, the next series,
Okay,
the
the
international
next series.
one.
Yeah.
I got the camp stove. I got.
Set this whole
I got-
studio up, and it's going to be your.
I got my
training
MREs.
stew.
I got my mountain house. Just add water. So again, clean your water up, add it to the food, let it cook for 3-4 minutes. You're eating.
So what I'm going to do, I think next time, I'm going to go run out there. I'm going to go. There's no water out there now. I'm going to go get water from a puddle in the parking lot, and I'm going to bring it in, and you're going to try to filter it, and you'll drink it too, right?
Yeah. You either believe in the product or you don't.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay.
It might have a little funky taste to it.
Yep. Or you can do the 2 tablets. There's a single tablet and dual tablets. So we carried those all over the world. We carried a container, whether it's a plastic bag, but we always carried the 2 pills and to clean the water up, and it tastes like iodine. But it's dirty. You're
drinking dirty water.
So if you don't cycle, if you don't pre-filter it somehow, and there's bunches of ways to. And to me, it's common knowledge. Like, okay, I look around, I can make a pre-filter. I make a filter. I can, whether I'm rock, sand, charcoal. Give me an old plastic bottle off, that's someplace in the woods. I'll cut the bottom out. I'll make something out of it so I can purify my water, purify it, and then use the tablets.
Yes.
In the tablets, you got to wait anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the brand. But then you got water.
Exactly. You do what you got to do to survive.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So other things, we were taught, we're talking stock versus whatever. Over time, you can actually upgrade, like we're going to do any vehicle, Jeep especially.
Yep.
You like to upgrade, but
Yes.
your Toyotas and all that, you want to upgrade eventually.
Yes.
Larger tires if you're going to go to different types of areas,
Yep.
such as, we'll say, mountainous,
Yes.
deep woods,
Yep.
because you don't know what you're going to come to for a obstacle that you're going to have to go over.
Correct.
So
A lot of that's going to build on your build, whether or not you're going to do a vehicle and a trailer or strictly your vehicle.
correct.
Because it's all terrain dependent.
Skid plates. You want skid plates on everything.
Yes.
Because you ain't got anything that's going to move. You're not going to go anywhere.
Correct. You brought up first aid kits.
Yep. You want to have some type of first aid, whether it's just very basic or you can go full blown trauma. It's totally up to you.
I'll go even one more.
He's going to one up me.
The Jace medical kit.
Whoa.
You ever seen those? Mm-hmm. They're all the antibiotics and all the
Yep.
meds.
That's got all the meds.
Got all the meds in it. Because if you don't clean your dishes well, what happens if you don't clean your dishes and utensils well? You're going to get sick, right?
Yep.
And so Jace is a good, and they have a whole list. One thing is get first aid training.
Yes.
And then the next thing is
Preferably wilderness first aid. training.
wilderness, agreed. And then like this Jace, and there's a couple of them. There's 2 or 3 companies now that make them for the Overlanders and everything. It's got a whole list of antibiotics, all types of good medicines. So if something happens,
Yeah.
So I've been again going down the rabbit hole at TikTok. And you guys like
would you drone?
No, the drone. Here's the thing about the medicine.
Yes.
There, for some reason, in my algorithm, it keeps popping up. Are these homeopathic ways? They're Amish, It's the Amish medicine, and it's what ingredients and what oils and everything that you can use. There's a book out there, and it's all natural stuff for penicillin, for just about anything. It just I keep scrolling through all of that. I just thought I'd bring that up because you talked about medicine.
But in that sense, from the medical side of it, yes.
Okay.
Because most of your meds were developed from natural resources.
Yes.
Now, TikTok helped out there, right?
When I worked with the 18 Deltas, which are the Green Beret Special Forces medics, they'll make from whatever you have in the wilderness, they'll make meds.
No kidding.
Unbelievable guys. Phenomenal. They just know this stuff.
They're pharmacists of the wild.
Yes. I mean, they'll look at all kinds of things to make things and to help keep you here. Or you can just go buy one of these for like $200 and carry it. I mean, because there's certain meds you're going to want to take. If you get super sick and you can't drive, how are you going to get? And you're going to be sick for 24, 48 hours. You know you're not going anywhere.
Now, on the downside, don't store this medicine inside your vehicles.
No, you would take it out when you go. Good point. Great point. Just take it out.
That's with any first aid
Correct.
kits.
Yes.
But you have a first aid kit right now in your Jeep?
Yes, sir. Hanging on my headrest.
Okay. Is that something you should always have? You were saying
I have basic stuff. There's no meds or anything.
There's no meds in mine.
You look for stuff that's going to
just
deteriorate.
Band-Aids,
Bandages, tourniquets,
Gauze.
quick clot, some other things.
Okay.
Yeah, Israeli bandage, triangular bandage, whole bunch of bandages. All
What's
this stuff.
What's an Israeli bandage?
It's almost like a compression bandage. So if you want to, for severe bleeding, if you don't have Stop the Bleed or some of these other products, that you're gonna stuff the wound, and then you pack it, and then you want to wrap it super tight. The Israeli bandages got a little little lever in it, or it's
almost like a triangle.
Yes.
Cloth triangle that has packing in it that you would put over it.
And then you wrap it. But when you wrap it, you put it through this little plastic piece that you're able to pull it super tight.
Yes.
And then wrap it upon that, and then it'll hold, and it holds direct pressure.
It's a modified tourniquet.
Yes. Yes.
Instead of
Big
just a straight tourniquet.
But it's good direct pressure. What else? You covered traction boards, which I go with winch, high lift jacks. All those things I think are good.
Yes.
Again, we get back to this. If something happens, you can hit the SOS button and you can communicate with the center, and they can help get you the proper. Well, if you need rescue, they'll send rescue.
Yep.
And so when I got my InReach, and my son has one, my daughter lost hers, but that's another story. So, but I got the insurance with it. So for $40, they got $100,000 of helicopter insurance or medical rescue insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Because not every time where you call, if you have to call for medical help, is it going to be free?
No.
National parks, some of the national parks are, the taxpayer pick it up, but other places, when you call out these, they're going to come and you may get a bill.
Yeah. So let's go back to your daughter losing that.
Knucklehead.
But you do love her.
Occasionally. She has her moments.
She has her moments.
She has her moments.
She's not watching this, is she?
No, and she doesn't go out off-roading anymore. She's not as big as off-roading, and she was always in the woods. So yes, definitely. She has.
So she knows, or you taught her probably pretty well.
She'll cook, clean, just the med stuff, but she'll do first aid. It was funny when they all went out one time for this pumpkin patch run years ago. They got lost, and Stephanie again. They got all turned around, and Stephanie gets mad, and she carries a small backpack pulls out her GPS, and she marked the trailhead.
The one that she lost?
No, that's a different
GPS?
one.
Oh, okay.
No, the other one's just a built-in one. But she marked the trailhead, so then when they got all lost, and it's like 2 a.m. now,
she knew where to go.
She goes, boop, okay, guys, and
this is the way we go.
20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, they were back in the parking lot loading up their ATVs. So that's again a great lesson learned. And then her then boyfriend got embarrassed by all the friends. They all got rescued by Stephanie. So it's kind of again, she can make a fire, she can build a shelter. She's got all the gear. She'll carry some snacks, some water pouches. So she does well.
Sounds like a smart lady,
now,
young lady.
My son Michael is on this. You read the book where this new treasure hunter is? He's hidden treasure. He's hidden like 5 treasures in our national parks or state parks.
Kidding.
The book has just come out, and he leaves all these clues. And the goal is for you to read all, and you have to decipher his code, find all the clues, and in there he's got this treasure for you. And I think there's 5 of them. And so my son it's cool. So again, he's got an inReach, he's got a GPS.
Now, when someone finds those treasures, is it marked saying found?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you notify the guy, and he does a whole big, publicity part of it. So the guy made all of his money in crypto, I believe. So he's a younger guy, but he believes in getting outdoors and doing things. So that's why he's doing this. And then also he's making money off. I think the money he's made selling the book is probably paid for all the
stuff that he's put out there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It is. So I mean, it's well worth it. So, my son's doing so.
And the
for
sponsors
him
that he's got probably now from doing that, he'll probably do it again.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Without doubt.
Brought to you by
Jeep Beach.
My son's. I said, so if you're going to do this, Michael, a lot of times you're going to be either by yourself or with somebody else, and I'm not real cool on, he goes, Dad, you did all this stuff by yourself. You went across deserts. And I'm like, doesn't mean I was smart. I was lucky. I had some plans. I had some ideas. But he's loaded. I mean, he's got enough stuff in his kit that, he's got about 3 days. But he's got an inReach. He's got everything. So he should be able to communicate. Plus with his phone. Plus, again.
He's doing this.
He's doing it, yeah.
Is he doing it as we speak?
Well, now because some of the areas have got snow, he's moved to Cincinnati. He's living in Ohio now.
Okay.
So now the areas that have snow, he's postponed because you're not going to be able to. It's supposedly slightly buried or just covered. But
Okay.
So one of them is out in California, Nevada area. And
is he doing like a YouTube thing where you can go on and he's doing his?
No, he's not. No, he's looking at everybody else that's doing it, and he's in this little group. They're all. So are they giving good leads or bad leads and everything? So you don't know.
Well, that's kind of fun.
It is. It's keeping his time busy and keeping him going. But he's going to be out there. So I mean, first aid kit with a splint. So again, his first aid kit would be different. I mean, he's not worrying about gunshots and explosions. He's worrying about slip and falls, breakage, things like that.
Who knows down the road though?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would suspect he would not hike alone or hike with somebody else without some form of protection. So,
and is he letting everybody know where he's going to be?
He does me.
Okay,
he lets me know, and I follow him, and then he has his inReach, so then I can track him.
That's good.
If he has no cell phone service, I will still track him on the intervals.
Awesome.
So his intervals, I think, are going to be 20 or 30 minutes. So you're looking at, distance he's going to be able to cover in 20, 30 minutes is only, so wherever his last ping is, he's going to be not as far as you would think, because, you're not doing 8-minute miles.
Yeah.
No. How much is the inReach?
You get them on sale. When they're on sale, you get them for they start at $2.99.
Okay. And is there a subscription?
There is a subscription. They have different plans. I'm grandfathered in. So we rotated. Actually, Stephanie's old when she lost hers. So I kept that plan. So Michael got that plan. So he's got again, they go all the way up to the professional model, right, which is a lot more money. Those are like $30, $40 a month. And ours is for the occasional recreational user. I believe I'm paying $11.95 a month.
Okay.
And you get text messages, you get the tracking, you get some other stuff with it. And then if you need to upgrade for a day, a month, or whatever, you can upgrade and go back to your basic plan. But they have 3 plans, I think, out now. I think Spot makes one. Who else?
Now, would satellite phones... If you were able to do a satellite phone, would that put the kibosh on something like that inReach?
So I'm back to 1 is none. 2 is 1. So I would not. I always have. So when I go out in the field,
double up.
When I go out in the field,
right.
I actually carry 2 cell phones, two different carriers. Both can find if they can find a satellite.
Android or Mac or
one
Apple.
of each.
One of each.
I have one of each.
Wow. Okay.
So and that part of it's my liability insurance because I have to be able I have to be able to call 911.
Okay.
So if I got a group out someplace, whether it's first responders or not, and you can't always count on it. So,
why do you have like one Android and one
2 different cellular networks?
I mean,
so I could have gone with could have gone with 2 Apple phones
but it's
on
not
different
one,
networks.
Okay, gotcha.
Different apps. There were some apps that people had.
Okay.
So I just did that, and some other people are very what I usually with. Some of them are more iOS versus
Android stuff.
So I have one of each. So I carry this, and then if again with these, you have to wait for the satellite. You got to track the satellite.
Right. Okay.
This one's pretty good. This one works on a lot better system. This is just one-way communication, but this works any place in the world. These two pretty much work any place in the world.
Okay.
And in the mountain, on the land, in the desert, again, wherever I was, this is, you pop this up, it's sending a signal. There's no monthly fee for this, but this, I think it rings at Langley, and it pings, and then they'll notify the Coast Guard, and so if you're on the water, it goes to the Coast Guard, and if you're on land, it goes to Civil Air Patrol, and then they can't. Then they'll call whoever you were on your list to say, okay, we're getting this ping. Is this person there? No, they're out in the woods. Here's where they're at. Here's all their information, so that you can get rescue. I also carry I carry a ham radio and a VHF radio all the time.
But you don't have a drone yet.
Nope, don't have a drone. If I had a drone, I would probably hoist my ham radio antenna up to a tree. You're laughing.
That is very, very interesting.
I would want to get height on an HF frequency to call. Reason why I carry a Marine band, because channel 16 aircraft monitored.
Yep.
So if I had a call and the helicopter's inbound, I can get with the helicopter on VHF channel 16, and we can talk as their approach and all that neat stuff. And then I had other frequencies. So when I go out, again, liability reasons, I have to be able to get people help. And that carried on to my kids. When you guys go out, you're it. If you're not self-sufficient, if you can't, if you can't catch animals or get fish or get something, and you don't bring your food, you're going to be hungry. Yeah. If you can't process water, if you can't do things, you're going to be...
You got to know what to eat, and that's another whole...
That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other show, I think.
So I'll bring that in for the next show, the scarves. They make these scarves with the plants you can eat and animals.
No kidding.
And so you can do tracking and everything.
Oh, you got to bring all this stuff in.
I got to bring it in. So I'm just, again, my kids get all this stuff. My kids have to spend time in the woods. They got to spend time on the water. They've got to self-rescue. And I don't know why. I guess because I did it big as a Boy Scout. You brought up Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts was a great experience for me. The hiking, the exploring aspect, the climbing aspects, again, navigation, land navigation. It stayed with me, and it's paid off. And so for my kids, it's been, with the exception of my youngest now, which is 12, Noah. He can do a little bit of land nav, but it's just not him. He'd be the drone guy. He'd be the drone guy trying to buzz dad.
That's it. That's the new generation. I tell you, that's
he would be doing that.
All right.
So what else we got to go with? You got a whole bunch of stuff here. We got to still cover real quickly. Training and driving.
Training and driving. Yep.
Go throttle control.
Training in general for what you're going to be doing is what's the most important.
And then learning some simple repair techniques for your vehicle to be self-sufficient. So besides tire patching, plugging a radiator, fixing a leaky radiator hose. If you have a spare V-belt, which I actually carry a spare V-belt and the tools to change my V-belt, which is the belt that drives the alternator, the
water
fan,
pump,
the water pump, all that stuff. I probably carry, knowing me, I probably have spare spark plugs just in case.
Yeah.
And then I have a little toolkit so I can do some repairs.
Some maintenance stuff.
I got some wires, some crimpers, fuses. Make sure you carry fuses for all the different fuses you have in your car.
So maybe one day we can take the camera out to his Jeep because he has it all decked out. I'm not decked out, but you bring
it's packed. You've seen it.
Exactly. So just to get some video and you can kind of unpack some of it and go through, this is what I've got.
Yep.
This is just a real brief thing, unless you don't want to do that.
I use my Jeep in the courses. Just interesting stuff.
Cool. All right.
And also too is don't destroy the land.
Yes, please go out and enjoy it.
Hey, you see that idiot?
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
What you think you're doing, you stupid idiot?
It's the Off-Road Toolbox Tool of the Day.
Are you some kind of moron?
What we got for our tool today?
Okay, another person. You can we see it there? We got it?
Yeah, I think that's good.
It's the right picture.
I just see,
it's not the right picture.
I see a Ford.
Yep, good.
What's up with the Fords today?
I don't know. Again, soft sand, right? You're going off road. You can see, so you can see that this at some point was a riverbed.
It looks like you're driving on the beach.
It's not. He's down.
I know he's not.
He's off a road, a small road.
But that's similar to what the beach driving would be.
In Florida, sand or mud or swamp is what you have in Florida. So when you get stuck, come on, folks, air down, or actually get out, walk it first. So if you walk it and it's super soft, air down or don't go. But if you air down, you should be able to go. Have the proper recovery gear. If you don't have a winch, make sure you have a high lift jack. If you have a winch, have a high lift jack. I'm not sponsored by
Looks like it's a pickup, right?
it. Is. It's
Okay.
looks like a Ford F-150
So
pickup
that would
truck.
he should have all that stuff in the bed.
You notice there's no winch.
Well, if you don't have a winch, then maybe you
It's
know,
going to get your back to a high lift. You're back to high
and
lift.
that can go in the back of the truck,
That goes in the back of the truck. You should keep that in the back of the truck.
or at least one of those the skid. What do you call it? You throw on the tires.
Traction boards.
Traction boards, yeah.
Traction boards are big.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, this isn't that bad. He's not super stuck yet.
But-
Stopped at a good spot.
All right. So our next show, we're going to do a little bit more detailed, even deeper dive in.
I guess I have to bring some more gear.
Oh, you have to
for
bring it,
show
be
and tell.
show and tell.
So our big thing is it's just not. Hey, we suggest you carry this stuff. I carry it, and Jeff carries a lot of it too. So I'm just not saying, hey, you need to do this. I'm just telling you,
This is stuff that we've learned over time.
and I carry it, whether I'm on the water or on the land or wherever. Here, I just have certain gear with me. First aid kit being one, comms being one, food or water,
Yep.
and then ability to make fire.
Yes.
All
All
right,
right,
guys.
guys. With that, we thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time here, and be safe.
And there you have it.
Don't you feel smarter now?
We'll drop more knowledge on you soon. Thanks for listening to the Off-Road Toolbox. Powered by Best Price Trailers.